So we it's kind of gonna be a weird video, but we did end up breaking out of this 50-point range. If you look right here. So the 5 minute free rally gap was holding for like freaking ever, but like this 60 point range, we ended up breaking out and we took this low. But after um um it took the low, it created this 5 minute free rally gap, and I want to see something um like some type of inversion out of it. So this one wasn't clean enough for me. So this inversion just wasn't clean enough for me. Um, and then we ended up creating a new leg right here, and this inversion was good enough for me because we failed to make a new higher high, especially after hitting this order block right here, uh, which is also um, the exact like 0.79 plus this OB uh, got hit. So that just was like another added confluence. And then being in this 5 minute for rally gap, I'm going to look for continuations. So we inversed on the 1 minute here. I went for like a super cheap trade, 3 point stop with 4 contracts. I took a scale off right here. Scaled 1 contract right there. Rest are in. I'm actually just going to put all of them in profit right here. I don't want to see it come all the way back up here. Up, we just hit another scale off right there. And I'm looking now for this New York AMLO and this London low. I don't know if it's gonna get that far, but I'm just gonna have runners and then all of my other stops in profit right there. So this is gonna be a battle for sure, but we're gonna see how this trade plays out right here. Um, so yeah, that was a LR formed right here, so LR right there. That was I marked it out as a TP. Along with a 5 minute for value gap. I don't, if we flip it, I think we are gonna flush. We just created a new 5 minute a minute ago. And I would like to see it flush or inverse this and flush down lower. There are no more, it looks like there's no other gaps besides smaller gaps, but I would really like this low to be taken out and this low to be taken out, because to the downside here, we have this giant 5 and 15 minute unmitigated fair value gap paired with a 1 hour fair value gap as well. So I really was looking for this to get taken all day. We kind of did miss it. We are technically pretty bullish, I think, on the Fibonacci here. So we can look at here. I'll show you why I think we're pretty bullish. So Fibonacci coming in on the day. I didn't take any of these trades or any shorts into this. I kind of did want to, but if you look at it, it wicks past this 0.79 mark on the 15-minute higher time frame. This is the cleanest upward leg we have. So we ended up wicking past the 0.79. So I was leaning bullish after that. But continuation shorts were looking pretty nice as well. We created a 15-minute for value gap right here. This is the trade I actually took that I got break even at. I was break even all freaking day. So there's a 15-minute right here. We ended up going into the 15-minute. And honestly, this relative equal lows right here were looking super, super clean to take my first take profit at, but we didn't hit. This tap into the 15-minute was not good enough for me. I wanted to see some type of more manipulation, so I didn't take this trade right here. It was pretty obvious not to take it, especially with this small inversion. I mean, the speed was there, but the sweep, in my opinion, was not there. We needed to, I wanted to see these relative equals get hit and swept out, plus a smaller time frame for value gap get hit, like a 1 minute. There's also a 30-second right here, so I liked that. Looks like we hit consequent encroachment. And then we have this super, super clean 30-second for value gap right here. You have to be really, really fast with this, right there. But it ends up running like 50 points, but I didn't even get a scale off. I just had to get stopped at VE, because my first TP was right there, and then like I had TPs at London Low. Yeah, so I was bullish, but with London Low being right there, and then we hit a 15-minute, it was I thought it was pretty obvious shorts, so that was why I took that trade. Um, and I was honestly looking for shorts still, but we did inverse to the upside right here, and I should have taken it, but I did not think that we were gonna be like bullish after leaving this low resistance liquidity and a London low, like literally right there. But yeah, I technically was bullish on the day. So then I think there's a 5-minute for value gap right here that we're actually battling against right now. But there's a 5-minute for value gap. We come in, we like sweep it, and then I was looking for some type of inversion to the downside, to the upside. So I think we took this trade right here. So we inverse this 30-second. Our stop was like that. But I think oh yeah, we got a scale off. We got one scale off, and then the rest were like stopped in like a little bit of profit. Like our stop was probably right here, or no, our stop was like under this order block. Yeah, I think it was like a 1-minute order block. But yeah, we scaled one off, one contract off, and then the rest were break even in profit. But yeah, after I noticed it was in this 5-minute for value gap and then like stuck within like this 60-point range, I actually was recording a video that I noticed we were dumping. So yeah, I literally took continuation shorts, even though I mean I was technically break even, but I technically won a little bit of money, so I was technically done for the day. But I think it was just too obvious not to take this, and I honestly should have scaled right here. But we did just flip this 5 minutes, so I think, let's check the fib. Let's see what the fib says. So that leg is still moving. So we are at 0.05, plus consequent encroachment of this big ass 5-minute gap. But if this closes and this is the bottom in 5 minutes, we are bouncing off of this 1 hour OB. But yeah, so 0.5 would be right there and 0.62. Okay, so it is gonna go lower. So we want it to be like at least come right there, so we can be at 0.62 because our stop's already in profit. So that's what we're hoping for here. But we do want it to dump, and I will have a pretty good day. So this also could have been like an AMD, and we could just reverse out of here, especially after hitting this 1 hour OB. But I don't know if there's any more free value gaps to flip. There's a 1 minute all the way down here. The 1 minute that we should have taken for longs. But I mean, hopefully it doesn't hold, and hopefully we just dump off right here. I think this stop would be protected right here, so we are stopped in like more profit. But I kind of do want to scale off and just have this low BR. I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna move our stops right there, have this be our next TP, and have this be our final TP. Like that. So very, very cheap trade. 3-point stop, bro. And it was very, very, very much worth it. Do I just be greedy? I'm already at break even. Like this one could be daily low. I just don't know if we're gonna go that far. I don't think we have enough speed. It doesn't look like it, but we have no more gaps to flip. We might get stopped in profit though. So we're gonna have to watch this, and if this flips, we might just have to get out. But I don't know if they have enough buying power. But we did just hit this 1 hour OB that I had marked out from earlier in the day. We'd probably, if we do flip, we'd probably have to hit this 1 hour Fair Value Gap as well. And there's a 15-minute all the way down there, so I think we should be pretty good. This should continue to the downside. There is no 30-second that we flipped, but we did hit this 1 minute. So that was the trade recap. We could even do yesterday's trade recap. And yesterday was super tough because it goes up. Market open, it goes up 360 points, but then it all of a sudden reverses down for 350 points. And then in New York PM, it goes up freaking 450 points. So, I mean, you could have been longing or shorting and you still would have made money. So it's kind of like hard to even predict. I was very bullish after seeing this move up, and we did take a stab at a trade right here. So we hit this. We want to see some type of retracement, and it kind of sucks that we were in premium already. But then I think this is like, after a move like this with pretty much no retracements, you don't need much to retrace to. So there's a 5-minute OB right here. It hits the median of this 5-minute OB, and then we get like, was it a 30-second or a 1 minute? We're gonna try 30-second. So it was a 30-second right here. I'm guessing I don't think we front ran it, but we went break even pretty quick. So that's our stop right there. I think our break even was this point, this swing high right here. So Brett, that was our break even. That is 368, about 19 points ahead or above. And with the choppiness, I think break even was the right choice, even though we did get stopped at break even and it did hit final TP right there. I still think break even is like the best thing you can do. Protecting capital is always going to be good, but that was super unfortunate for us because I'm pretty sure we actually had more draws and liquidity to the upside as well, and that would not have been our final TP. I think that might have just been TP1. But yeah, so we were looking for continuations to the upside. So we wanted like a retrace somewhere inside of this 15-minute, or I'm guessing there was like a 5 or 15-minute below it as well, but we just couldn't see anything. And I think we flipped 2 15-minute Fair Value Gaps. I think we're about to get stopped. Whatever. But I think there was 2 15-minute Fair Value Gaps, right? Where are we? Yeah, there was 2 15-minute. So we wanted to see like this one get hit, just to be like have a better risk to reward ratio. But they ended up both flipping with one singular 15-minute candle, and with that speed and that V shape, I was leaning very bearish. Plus, there was no 5-minute Fair Value Gaps to retrace to, so I had to actually go off a 3-minute Fair Value Gap. Right here. So we hit this 3-minute Fair Value Gap. I marked it out, and we get a highest time frame inversion, which would have been the 1 minute in that scenario. So this was on my live account actually. I just market sold. I didn't think it would retrace and catch a retracement to this inversion, so that kind of sucks, but it's not really that bad. 14-point stop. I think I had 3 contracts in for 55 points, and there was a 5-minute. I just targeted a 5-minute for value gap. Where are we? Right here, right there. Literally just a 5-minute for value gap right there. And then I switched to my evals to take another trade. So break even, win, switch from that. I got stopped out. I gotta take off my limit orders. So and then we switched to my evals. There's like a freaking piece of hair on my face. And we honestly should have put in a limit order right here. But I might have just been too slow because I had to sign out and shit. But there's a 1-minute order block, and then there's a 1-minute for value gap paired with the Fibonacci. I'm pretty sure we hit like, yeah, literally like the 0.62 mark on the fib to the tick almost. So I could have limit ordered it right there. We had a OB fair value gap and 0.62 on Fibonacci, so we could have limit ordered it right there. That would have been a great confluence. And then we ended up inversing to the downside, and we didn't inverse off this candle, so I waited for this one, and we didn't really retrace much back to the inversion for value gap. But yeah, I do usually market sell or market buy. So that was that 50-point trade for 1,000, and little 1 to 2 RR right there. This one was about almost 1 to 4. So go ahead and delete these now. They're gone. But yeah, I didn't expect to see like this run up 450 points or whatever it did. Yeah, 450. And what else? I took this trade the day before. I don't think I traded Monday. Let's see where we at. But yeah, Tuesday. I thought this trade was super obvious. So at 840. So create a 5-minute for value gap right there. And I thought it was super obvious. And I don't recommend doing this, guys, by the way, unless you know what you're actually doing. I'm not saying I'm like a pro or anything, but I front ran this gap. Okay. So yeah, right here at 840, this 5-minute for value gap was created, and we filled the whole thing. We swept out this like little low, and after being like super bullish, it's a continuation bullish model right here. Pre-market we inverse this, and I honestly have to start trading before market open, because you could be break even this whole time and it would literally run up. I had more. What is that blue line? Oh, it's Asia. Okay, I thought that was a freaking buy limit or something. But yeah, it would literally have ran up freaking 200 points if I was pre-market trading. And that's even saying for like days like yesterday and today. This is Tuesday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, yes, the Tuesday and Wednesday pre-market trade would have literally ran up so much points. Plus, you'd already be at break even if it does come and like manipulate you or something. So yeah, hits this 5-minute. I front run this gap for 2 contracts. I'm pretty sure on my evals. Super confident in this trade. I think below the fair value gap is my stop, and then 37.5 points right there. So I actually took this trade for like a 1 to 2 almost. But yeah, That was my trade idea. 5-minute rebalance, and this actually comes to take out like these lows for a turtle soup, and it hits this 5-minute that's been holding this whole time again. So after this, taking lows, there's a money sweep right here. You could call this money sweep. And then you see this speed to the upside. This is it was a I think it was a 1-minute inversion, but I'm not really sure. But this is also a change of the state of delivery, which you could also take. So change the state of delivery right here, and your break even would be right here. So we can mark this out. Change in the state of delivery. It's when it goes past a candle. So this closes past this candle right there, this downward candle. It doesn't matter about the wick. If you really want to get technical, you could say this when it closes past this wick. Oops. When it closes past this wick, that's a break of structure. But you know, changing the state of delivery is pretty much the same thing, except it's the body candle. So yeah, that is that. And you would honestly would not like to see it dig back into this 5-minute either. So this is a decent stop too. Otherwise you'd be on 5 micros, and this would be your safest stop. If you're on 5 micros, you got a 20-point stop, which is actually not bad at all. And this actually runs up. Okay, I had other draws. I just deleted them. But you could have took this for, let's just call it 100 points or whatever. Okay, there's a target up here, but I deleted it. So however much, and then you'd get like half of 120, so like 60 points, $1,200 across your accounts, right? So I took that on my live account actually. I had to downsize. Usually I do 3, but the stop was too big, so I probably did one mini. So yeah, nice little trade right there. And then I actually wanted to get in these shorts, but it was so slow, and I already took a win. But yeah, I did expect the next day to be super, super bullish, just because we had to completely fill the new week opening gap. Where even are we? Yeah, so we had to completely fill new week opening gap, which is like right here, which we did in New York PM session the next day. But we had, here, let me go back on the 1 minute for you guys. So I was expecting it to be super bullish the next day because, and I hate how New York PM does this. This has happened like 3 times the past 2 weeks, where it literally does not take a major liquidity pool, like London low right there. Oops. But if we're looking on the 1 minute, all of this is low resistance liquidity. That one's already swept. So like right here, where market open would be right here. So this all has yet to be swept, right? This is all low resistance liquidity, all of it. It was such a slow burner. But yeah, there's like no 5-minute for value gaps, I'm pretty sure. There's literally barely any resistance to take out New York lunch high and Asia high right there, which we literally explode to the next morning. We have like literally an AMD setup right here as well. Accumulation, manipulate, take out these 2 large liquidity pools, which is basically equal lows, and then you have an inversion to the upside right here, and it literally explodes up and fills new week opening gap. Later in the session, it completely fills new week opening gap. So you know what I'm saying? I was super freaking bullish that day, but I did end up taking shorts that day. So, but yeah, it all played out, and whatever. This is a crazy V shape. So I actually think it did it hit this 1 hour like I said it would? Oh no, it edged it bad. Um, but yeah, we literally just V-shaped back up. I'm actually seriously done for the day. I just had an amazing win. And market recap for you guys. So I was pretty much break even before that last trade, which I'm super happy I took because it was super obvious. I wish I had scaled more, but stops and profit, can't be mad at that. I scaled too. Um, and yeah, pretty good day. I think my I want to say my week is very green, but I'm not even sure. Um, or I should say, this week has actually been definitely green, but um, I don't know how green my month is. But I don't know how green my month is for real. But this week I'm definitely green. Last week I lost. Um, um, did we trade these days? Is the question. Friday didn't trade that day. Did I? I don't know. But I definitely did trade Monday. And then so I lost this week. This week. And then I think I lost this week too. So 2 weeks in a row. Freaking New Year. I didn't know January was gonna be like this. I thought January was gonna be super good. Um oops, went too far. But then this week so far is a winning week. We have one more day left, which I'm pretty much not risking much. Um, and this literally just exploded. It was right here. It just went 20 points in price by the time when I was looking at the freaking candle, or not candle, freaking calendar. But yeah, imagine I reversed my position, bro. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Um, I think my losing weeks haven't been too bad. I did preserve capital and I was able to make most of it back, I think, in just this week, in like 3 days. Um, and I didn't trade Monday for sure because it's Martin Luther King Day. But Monday price action wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best either. It did look pretty choppy. But the AM looked decent, I think. Um, but yeah, um, that is a crazy 1 hour wick. Um, what else am I gonna say? So yeah, the 3 days I did trade this week, I have been green every single day. Um, there has been some break evens. Last week I had a couple break evens, and then the rest were like losing days. And then the week before that, I had a couple wins, but my losses were bigger than my wins. I'm pretty sure. So I was getting rinsed for like 2 weeks. But yeah, back on my feet. That is the live trade and then a trade recap of my whole week so far. Um, and yeah, I'm pretty sure price is just super choppy because of Greenland news, Trump news. It's January, so people are starting off slow, and people have to pay their taxes from last year still. You know, so it's the start of tax season, and Trump is definitely not helping with that at all. And it's the start of the new year, quarter 1. So did not start it off right, but it's getting right. You know what I'm saying, bro? Um, but yeah, we're looking super bullish. Um, but I do kind of want to reach down and grab all this liquidity. We don't have to go all the way down here, but definitely like mitigate this for rally gap. I would think just because it's a huge ass 1 hour. Um, but yeah, I would like to see that, but we are looking pretty bullish if we're respecting these gaps still. But they're all mitigated, so I don't think it would take much to push through them. But yeah, um, that is pretty much it for me today, and I will likely be trading tomorrow. Don't want to risk too much since I'm green on the week. Um, and I'll probably tell you how much I'm up by tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure it's over 5 bands, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, 2 winning days on my fundeds and 3 winning days on my live. So I've been focusing more on my live. And just cause freaking daily payouts and I can risk however much I want, there's not really any rules I have to follow. I can trade however I want, do whatever I want, really. I think there's only a daily loss limit because they don't want me blowing my account in one day, which has actually helped. So yeah, that is it for me. I will see you guys tomorrow, and you guys have a good night. Okay, ask questions in the comments. What do I think for just gonna happen? I don't know. Whatever you guys want. I don't really predict anything, but I probably could predict if you wanted me to. I guess I don't know. All right, that's it for me.